And Mark Rome, who's a professor of government and public policy at Georgetown University here in Washington. He joins me in the studio. So, Mark, we know that the defense minister has spoken up to this point. There's not a phone call yet between President Trump and President Erdogan. Presumably there will be, but what does that conversation look like?
So at this point, the main concern of President Trump is his reelection. So all decisions he will make will not be directed towards preserving a stable international order, but what actions would best serve his political interests.
So in terms of serving political interests, what you're alluding to is not becoming further embroiled in a conflict in Syria. But that being said, the U.S. can still provide support options for Turkey. What would that look like?
So President Trump is unlikely to be sympathetic with the plight of the refugees, and he does not want to embroil the United States military in any way in this conflict. He does not want to be seen as being either a supporter or an opponent of Russia. He does not want to be weigh in on either side of this conflict. President Trump would have his preferences. He would stay out of it entirely. What
about Congress? Congress is looking at the fact that Turkey is a NATO ally.
That's right. Yeah.
Would Congress differ with the president on this?
It's possible. The Congress at several times has passed resolutions directing the president to do one thing in foreign policy against his wishes. It's likely that would happen again. But President Trump is ultimately going to do what's in President Trump's best interest.
So we know that there were reports that Turkey had been requesting Patriot missile defense batteries for an occasion like this, if it did have an imminent operation where it would be going into Syria's Idlib. Do you think the U.S. would be willing to provide that? We haven't heard any sort of official response from the administration on that.
Only if Turkey moves out all the weaponry it has purchased from Russia.
Okay. Mark Rome, really appreciate you being with us. I want to cross now.